Hey. Sup? Right. Okay. I'm not gonna lie, we honestly like gotta chat about the I would say whole condition of the internet nowadays, these past few days. Uh it's getting to me. Not gonna lie, the internet shit is getting to me, and if a lot of things getting to me actually. Uh, I'll draw while we chat, but yeah, it is kind of terrifying, like how bad it is right now. And I'm not kidding when I say like I'm crazy disappointed in the how to say in the current consciousness of the whole the whole scene right now. I'm kind of crazy disappointed, and man, I wish that it was less hard to say and less pain, less hurtful way to say it, but it's honestly fucking ass. It is bad. It is very bad, and I wish it was better. I wish I wish it was I don't know. I wish it was less how do I say this? It would be less strenuous on others, you know? Uh Man. Ah, shucks, my disc. Ah, there we go. I'm here. Um, but yeah, honestly, it sucks. I mean, it started out from the Lunchly thing, with the Mr. Beast thing, and then, of course, with the reputation of Logan Paul. He has quite a reputation, right? From 2016 to now. I mean, I knew him from the Vine era, he's just this dude who's trying to make people laugh, and it's kind of sad that I had to see somebody who has so much potential for what he did back in the day into what he is now. It's kind of ass. It's kind of disappointing. and what he did in Japan as well. I cut and I saw like Dexerto. Dexerto is a clickbait article website, and they actually clipped out, took out Chris from abroad in Japan. A clip of him talking about and ranting about the current state of things about Lunchly and whatnot. I think Lunchly was just a trigger point for a lot of conversations to be had in for the sake of the state of the internet. Because I think I have said in the previous tweet, we are going to be welcoming a new generation of people within the online sphere. There is younger people who are going to be exposed to what we have been exposed, but to a amplified value. I think COVID amplified everything. COVID amplified um all of the you know, all of the things that's happening in the world. You know, it's kind of fucked up. I swear. I wish it was a better way. I wish I could be positive in a way to tell people like, hey, it's not that bad. But it is pretty fucking bad. You know, if something of a better alternative to Lunchables is a hot topic, and what I mean by a hot topic, I mean by it could be passed off as, oh, somebody selling food to kids. I'm like, gotcha. You know, other than that, there's nothing, right? But because of the antics of these people behind closed doors has surfaced, I think that's the reason why that people are being more vocal about what they're doing now. If this was at another time, at another place, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be having this conversation. We wouldn't have weird things happening, you know. But yeah, a lot of closed door things are popping out right now. You got PDD, you got probably Drake, you got Mr. Beast, you know, coming out with this, and then KSI drops his new song. But the thick of it, I have not heard the song, but because it's kind of like I'm not interested in his music, so I can't comment on it. But seeing people meme on it, and KSI, the internet's going to be always going to be mean. I think that's like the very important takeaway of things, that the internet will be mean. It will be mean. There are people who support you, there'll be people who hate you. Same thing in life, you know. There are people who who dislike you for no reason, and people who like you for no reason. And the fact that a lot of these people, majority of these people, has been liked throughout their whole life. You know, they have been surrounded by people from top to bottom, and them, you know, intruding, coming to the into this online space and expecting the same treatment as what they have personally in their lives. It was a very weird and honestly like the not the best mindset to come onto the internet, you know. And I think like because of how the internet is, because of what the internet is, like the internet was built for people who are misfits, who are outcasts. You know, we find community here, and we weren't necessarily liked by people. We weren't like a part of this bigger collective real life people. You know, we found solace on the internet. And having these people who are liked, majorly liked, probably we'll probably call them normies at this point, coming to the online space expecting the same treatment was is affecting us now. It's affecting the people who has been on the internet for quite a while. It's affecting a lot of people who have, not sacrificed their life in a say, but has spent majority of their life onto the internet and thinking, and they probably thought, hey, these people are like intruding into my space. Why? Hey, why do you guys not know this is the etiquette of the internet? People are gonna be mean, people are gonna be very opinionated about things. This is a place where heated arguments happen, but I think I carry one thing very, very true to my heart today, and is that people are too used to not getting punched for what they say. You got all these kick streamers, going onto the public roads, fucking terrorizing. I won't say terrorizing, but being a complete nuisance to the locals there, and then the locals being unable to do anything about it. Some of them maybe call the police, but these people being a nuisance was probably a nuisance to other people in their lives, in real life, and then the internet found them, and now they're like, oh, I can be annoying to the other people. That they just amplifies their cause, and I think I honestly do not like that. I don't condone it in any way. It's the same thing with the sandpaper shit. But I think that the prank era slowly it became thing how to say, something that got washed out, and we don't see it anymore. Oh, shit. I dropped my pen. Hold on. We don't see it anymore, but we've seen the effects. We have lived through that, and it's when we see it again with different people, we know this formula, but we see it in other different people, we get frustrated because now they're getting clout for those antics. If back then we will be fucking not like fucking shoot them in the head, but we'll probably just flame them. you know we'll try to fuck their lives or fuck their livelihoods up, just for the sake of like saying, hey, fuck you, just for that sake. You will have the best trolls of our lives, but that's the thing, there's trolling to harm others, and then there's trolling to make people's lives difficult. Nowadays that line is getting thinner and thinner, and it's a worrying cause. I wouldn't say, honestly, me being affected by this is unsurprising because I grew up on the internet. I found solace in the internet. When I was younger, I was the weird kid, I got bullied once in a while, but I was the weird kid, and I understood I didn't fit in. I didn't like the same things as my peers. I didn't like Justin Bieber. I didn't like I didn't know who the hot K-pop artists at the time were. But all of these things made me found solace on the internet, and it made me be comfortable to the internet. And in that time, in that place, my mindset of the internet was, I want to meet a lot of people. I want to meet people from different places. I want to see through their eyes of what the world is like. And I've been blessed by a few good friends of mine to see the world from their eyes. I got friends who were who all their lives they knew violence, and suddenly I'm seeing them going to settle down. It's mind-boggling. The girl's probably 2 years younger than me, and yeah, and all these things, people change. But I don't talk to them anymore, and unfortunately, like, we drifted apart. But people change, and that's the best thing about the internet then, was seeing, being able to follow through with people, being able to connect with people, and having these connections persist through life, you know. And one of my friends has a best friend for 10 years who is across the globe, and they persisted that friendship for 10 years. 10 fucking years, dude. You can't tell me that that's like not a flex, you know. 10 years, and they're still friends, you know. And it's, back then the internet was for connecting, was for interacting, not getting cloud and clouds and shit. No, not for getting famous. It wasn't for famous, it was for fun. Everything was fun. Everything was um less clickbaity and more, how to say this, more genuine in a sense, you know. People who are still on the internet, like Markiplier, like Jacksepticeye, we didn't like them because you're screaming to their mics. Maybe part of us, but it wasn't a whole reason. Because when it comes to them, when it came down to it, when they came down to a moment, in point of time, in the moment of their lives where they needed to be serious, hunker down and talk to us, they did. They didn't just say, oh, you know, they didn't just relish in that cloud. They sat down with us. They talked us through why is it not acceptable to them, and why is it not um why is it not their whole thing, you know. And when PewDiePie said the N word on accident, by the way, he didn't mean it in a derogatory way. At that time, everybody was saying the N word. Everybody was openly saying the fucking N word because everybody was exposed to it then, you know. But one thing about PewDiePie is that he stepped up. He acknowledged he was wrong. He knew he was wrong, and then never again. He was not a repeat offender, and he laughed through it as well. But I think that's the beauty of it. We laugh through the criticism. Like, hey, I get you were saying, but I'm gonna laugh at it, and then I'm gonna improve on it. You know, it's not like, it's not like, oh, this is just hating. No, 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 not all criticisms is hating. You know, and that's why I think that the current atmosphere, the current climate of the whole internet sphere is filled with people who can't be criticized, who can barely be criticized, who can you know, talk about feedback. You know, I I I grew up as an artist. I grew up as somebody who grew up in a very traditional household, I would say. I get criticized every day. Like, I mean, there's definitely some form of trauma in there, but it is also a learned, and also it's a learned skill for you to accept certain criticism, deflect certain criticism. Deflect only when you're doing something about it. Accept it when you are clueless about it. And analyze it. Hey, is this what I want with it? This is to let it sink in a bit and then analyze it. You know, that's what the thing is. People do not reflect on their actions nowadays. There's no timeout, you know. There's no timeout on the internet, you know. If you're timed out, you just get banned and what? And what, right? And then like recent, I think I just read an article today about S1 Go talking shit again. That's the thing. Okay. You can say, oh, certain things about my lifestyle, I can't. I feel so, he could just zip it. No, like I said, people are not used to getting punched in the fucking face for what they say. It's only when the wallet hurts then they say something. The wallet is monetary value that important to you guys? I get it. KPI, fuck it. KPI can be set as low as 10%. Low as 10%. Even lower to 0.1. You hit that target, great, right? But it's not everything in life. It's not in everything to a business. It's not in everything to a person. You hit a KPI in life is to progress with yourself, to learn about yourself, to give yourself ample time to reflect on your values and take in the criticisms that require your attention. Not this fucking bullshit of, oh, that's philanthropy. Fine, philanthropy is great. But when you market it as like as a God-given thing, it isn't. The treatment for blindness has been no, is there. It's just that it's inaccessible to these people. What you have just said, that's one thing. I'm commenting about the video of the Mr. Beast video, the I cure 100 people's blindness, is that you could have just said, I've brought treatment from overseas, or I've brought doctors to this rural village to help with a chronic illness that is in the village. You could have just said that instead of making this some explosive, bam, this dopamine filled bullshit. There's a reason why I do not agree with the dopamine thing this past few days. A hit of dopamine, it's almost equivalent to fucking addiction. You got gotcha, right? Gotcha is an addiction. You got that gotcha addiction. But because, right, when you hit that 5-star, pum, the hit of dopamine hits you. And I think people do not realize how addicting that is. I would say right now, I don't blame science, but it's people who weaponize science to deflect how do I say this? Deflect what you call it? Criticism. Shut the fuck up. I'm sorry, but there are valid criticisms when, even though you are afflicted with a certain brain chemistry or whatnot. Yeah, other than that, it's like you can't make excuses for that. Depression, okay, great. You're depressed. There are times where it gets too much. There is always the time where it is not too much. I will say it's not too much because it varies from people to people, but when there are days where you can push a little for a little bit of function, like not just getting up from bed, it doesn't have to be getting up from bed, just to open your eyes and reflect back on the good things that happened the day before. You're winning. You're winning. And I think people do not realize that depression, medication can only can do, I would say, can go so far. But but the biggest thing in your that makes depression a bit more better, I won't say it's curable, but a bit more better, is your own self, your own coping mechanics. Whether you spiral down or you get up and do it again, it's up to you. Hello. Hi, I'm just ranting, I would say. It's honestly like depressing. I'm just ranting about the whole climate right now. Online climate, I would say. A lot of negativity is being passing through and whatnot. Is it? But well, was I was about depression is that make yourself proud first before you can make others proud. And this is coming from perfectionists. Is that I would never. People will be saying like, "Oh, your art is great. Your art is good or whatnot," but to me, it's like, it's average. I'm not proud of myself yet, but one day I will. You know, be not painfully optimistic, but depression also gives you an edge. You can be an optimist, a grounded optimist in life with depression. It can help you in certain ways, but sometimes it does cripple you, you know, for depression. And it's yeah. It is not it is not it's not an entire excuse. It can be an excuse when it's bad, but it is not an entire excuse. You can't just say like, oh, why did you cheat on me? Oh no, because I was depressed. Cheating is a conscious choice. Cheating is a conscious decision you have to make in life to do. You have to go through many lengths to decide, I'm gonna cheat today. You know, if you're talking about cheat day, you know, if you're talking about cheating on your spouse, dude, that's a lot of thinking to do. The more people say, I see like, oh, I am married, and they, oh, no, thank you. But some people do make it easy, you know. But don't ever let it sway you. Don't ever let it don't ever tell yourself that, oh, this is because of him. No, 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 because I'm depressed. No, 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 no. You cheat because you want to. You cheat because you make the conscious choice. This is coming from somebody who has been cheated and has cheated. You know, you're making a conscious choice to make and break a relationship. Because when you cheat, it is obvious one thing, you do not love your spouse or you love your partner more than you thought. Means that you love them less. You put a worth that is lesser. You put your relationship with them at a lower hierarchy, you know. And I've seen the effects on people. I felt the effects on people. Some, you know, you can't just go to somebody who has given their all, given their best, given their partners in life to provide with you, who has gone through 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 the thickest and the thinnest in your life, and all you get, and all you do is break their heart. Tell them, basically relinquish their efforts in maintaining this relationship with you. You don't just hurt them, you hurt their pride, you hurt their soul, you hurt every single part of them, and they will think to themselves, what I do is not enough. Is it not enough? Do they want something more? They'll go back to all of your relationship, throughout your relationship. Probably, if you say you've been together for 6 months, they'll go through. If you've been together for years, they'll go through the years and see, did I not do enough? Was there something that I missed? They'll question themselves, and this little questionnaire that they do with themselves is what breaks them. It breaks them. It doesn't just it doesn't just how to say, it doesn't just put themselves, it breaks them. I have a lot to say about cheating, but I shouldn't say anymore. But all the things on the internet that's happening, just know that there'll be a brighter day. There'll be a brighter night. There'll be a brighter, how to say this, there'll be light at the end of the tunnel. And you can be negative, but don't let it control you. Don't let it take over you. Don't let it swallow you. Don't make it your whole personality. As much as I get depressed, as much as I see myself, I see the world as futile as it is, that can't be my whole reality. There has to be some part of my reality that is good. There's some parts of my reality, there's some parts of my family that are good. There's some parts of my previous relationships that were good. Then I can learn from them. The mistakes we learn. The mistakes we learn. The mistakes we don't toss it out. We don't we don't hand off responsibility, accountability to other people. But we learn from them. We learn to be better human beings from there. We don't just stop there. We don't just stop thinking that it's the end of the road for us when it's not. So all I say is just be positive. Also be positive. Be positive is too general. You got toxic positivity. Positivity. It's just that not be an optimist. Be reflective. Is what I'm trying to say. Reflect on the good days. Reflect on the bad days. Be a conscious reflector on good times, bad times, good days, bad days, good thoughts, bad thoughts. Be how to say, take time in your life to reflect. Put away all of your gadgets for 10 minutes. Sit down there, think about life, think about what's making you smile, think about what's making you disappointed, what can you improve on it. It's like my teacher used to do this with me. 3 things that you have learned, 3 things that you think can do better on, and how you're gonna do better on it. 3, it can, and those 3 things can be different. Say think about 3 good things in life. Think about 3 good things about the day before. Think about 3 good things that could be better, and how you want it to be better. What can you do to make it better? What can you control in that situation to be better? When let's say in that another situation, like the same situation comes up, what can you do? What can you improve on? And that in itself as a person is something so important. The nature of reflecting is so important in life, in any aspect of life, whether we work, passion, job, self, family, relationship. That point of reflection where you look yourself in the face, in the mirror, reflect yourself in your head. Would I say be friends with this person? Would I want to be in a relationship with that person? If you are hesitant about it, what can you do about it? What can you improve that day? What can you improve that day about yourself? What mindset can you choose? What mindset you can change? What habits can you adopt? What aspects of your attitude can be changed to provide yourself a better chance to love yourself a bit more? I think that that's the thing that people miss about loving yourself. You can love yourself. You can love yourself without any of this. But to love yourself is to better yourself. To love yourself is to be able to look in your face and say, it's like you do with any spouse in your life. You do with any people in your life. If you love them, you're going to tell them, hey, that is wrong. There's something you need to do. You will call them out. That is proper friendship, love, and marital relationships. That is a proper relationship, a deep rooted relationship. Because when you do this crucial step in your life, you gain respect for yourself. You gain self-respect at such a level that you do not understand. It will be slow. The curve is an exponential curve. But once it starts to rise, it's upwards from there. Because you love yourself that much, you respect yourself that much, you can set the boundaries within yourself. You can set the boundaries for yourself, how much you can take, and how much you can allow yourself to take. There's always minimum, comfortable, maximum. Minimum being like, this is the minimum you must do. Comfortable is this like the comfortable range of things that you can do. Maximum is how much you can do and how much you would do. And that maximum always has a hard limit. Same goes to the minimum. Minimum will always have a hard limit. A maximum will always have a hard limit. Let's say your comfortable range is 10 to 15. And your minimum is 10 to 5. Your hard should be 2 or 3. Your hard minimum. And let's say for maximum, you say like, 15 is like my comfortable maximum will be 18. Hard maximum will be 20. In life, these kinds of things are important. These kinds of life, as these aspects of life are important. So I hope one day the internet will learn how to reflect and learn how to cultivate better habits for themselves. When I say habits, I don't mean like action wise, all this like, suck yourself out. No, none of that. It's just quiet things. First, do the quiet things. If you want to do the loud things, do the loud things first. If you're comfortable with that, the quiet things like I would say if you're struggling with depression, getting out of bed is one thing. Before you get out of bed, cultivate the habit of, I don't know, taking a deep breath before you get out of bed. You know, cultivate that habit. Cultivate that, you know, you can psych yourself out. You can do the quieter moments. But if every day you take one step, one step, one step, and one step, you're going upwards. You're never going downwards, going upwards. Always. Always. So, but if you need help, do not hesitate to seek help. Let's say we really don't feel like getting out of bed. Call up a friend or text a friend. Hey, you know, maybe can you send me memes? Or maybe, hey, can I just be on call with you? Don't have to talk. You don't have to talk. Just want to be on call. And they're okay and they're free. Thank them. Show your appreciation to them. Like, hey, you know, thanks for, you know, taking your time with me from here, whatnot. If they can't, then it's fine. No one is entitled to give you help and you're not entitled to receive help. The help in the end must come from you yourself. You can't be with, you can't how to say, you can't place this help, this exact way of help on other people. Just tell something to them to say, hey, I'm feeling down, can you send memes or send pictures of a pet, you know, something that make me smile a bit, you know, all that. But you are not entitled to receive help from them. The help in the end has to come from you and you alone. No one else is entitled to help you, and you're not entitled to receive outside help. The only one that you're entitled to is your help, your own help for yourself. On that, nothing. You do not own the people, and people do not owe you. And once you are, now you can see people who are, and with this kind of reasoning to yourself, you can tell other people, hey, let's say they're being pushy about receiving help. Hey, I'm trying my best to help you. I know it doesn't feel like it, but this is my best, what I can muster up right now. It's up to you to accept it and appreciate it, but this is the best I can do right now. You know, you can set boundaries with people who feel that they're entitled to the help. Tell them like, hey, this much as I can do. I hope it helps, but I can't do anymore. I have other commitments in my life to attend to. No. And if they ever say, oh, is your commitment more important than me? It's like, yeah. If they can have the energy to guilt trip you, they have the energy to help themselves. Honestly, that is the one thing that I learned in life. That's all. If they have the energy to guilt trip you, they have the energy to help themselves. They probably already absorbed those things that just want attention. But when there's a true person who understands that people can't help, that is somebody you have to keep close. Okay, especially when they say, hey, can you send memes and whatnot? I'm feeling down a bit. And they don't spam you. You know, they have other avenues. They say that, oh, there's other things that I can do to cheer myself up. You know, they don't place the burden of making them smile onto you. those are the people who you should keep close, keep to heart, and not let them stray away, you know. I feel much better with getting off this my chest because it's been bothering me the whole day. Actually, for a few days actually. So yeah, I'm sorry if this is a bit of a downer stream, a bit of more serious stream. I just wanted to get this off my chest. And yeah, I'll see you next time. I'll upload the VOD onto YouTube. But thanks for coming, my guy.